Fear in 60 seconds. Like the video if you dare. Subscribe if you're brave enough. Deep in Nevada's barren desert, there's a ghost town no one claims. It vanished from government maps decades ago. Yet on Google Maps, its streets still shift and grow, as if someone or something still lives there. Sarah said, "Check this out, Dyer's Hollow." It's not on any state record, but Google Maps keeps adding new houses every week. Mike replied, "Looks like a video game, but it's real." Sarah said, "Coordinates are right here. Let's go." They turned off onto a dusty road. 20 minutes later, they arrived at a decaying town. Collapsed buildings, rusted street signs, tumbleweeds blowing through vacant lots. But on Sarah's phone were neat little houses, a diner, a gas station, all labeled and categorized, just as they were on Google Maps. Mike said, "This looks nothing like the map." Sarah whispered, "Wait, look." The blue dot showed them standing at Main Street Diner. In reality, just a burned shell of its former self. The town on their screens was alive. The town around them was dead. They wandered deeper. A cold wind blew. Their phones flickered. Sarah said, "The map's updating right now." A new building popped up, labeled Visitor Center. Mike said, "Look up." A brand new building stood where rubble was seconds ago. They stepped inside. The interior looked 1950s style. Fresh paint. No people, just like the online brochure. An old radio played static. Every detail matched the digital map, except the people. Then Sarah's phone buzzed. "Welcome, Sarah. We've been waiting." Sarah gasped. "It used my name." The door slammed shut. Mike rattled the door. Locked. Windows showed the town rebuilding outside in fast motion. Mike shouted, "We need to leave. Now." Sarah whispered, "Look." On the map, their blue dot disappeared. Two new icons appeared. Residents' lights flickered. Their voices echoed, as if from far away. On the screen, the perfect town of Dyer's Hollow seemed to shimmer and pulse with life. But in reality, there was only the sound of wind through the empty streets, the swaying of tumbleweeds, and the distant cawing of crows. As Mike and Sarah stumbled through the deserted town, their phones still buzzing with eerie messages, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The streets were empty, yet the houses were meticulously clean, as if the residents had just stepped out for a moment. Each room they peeked into told the same story. A half-eaten dinner on the table, toys scattered on the floor, clothes hanging fresh in the closet. It was as if the town had been abandoned midday, not a single person missing from the eerily silent town. Suddenly, a gust of wind slammed the door behind them, rattling the windows. Startled, they whirled around to see an old radio in the corner of the room, tuned to a static-filled channel. The words, "Welcome to Dyer's Hollow," crackled through the speakers. The radio wasn't plugged in. As they raced through the deserted streets, their phones leading the way, the messages changed, becoming more urgent, more threatening. "Turn around," it said. "You don't want to go there." They stopped, breathless, and turned to face their pursuer. but the road behind them had vanished. There was nothing there except a crumbling concrete foundation and the twisted metal remains of a car from the 1950s. The wind picked up, swirling round them as if something unseen was breathing. The trees swayed violently, their branches clawing at the sky. The road ahead shimmered, revealing a path forward. With trembling hands, they reached out and touched it, the icy surface sending a jolt through their bodies. As the temperature dropped around them, the road beneath their feet began to glow with an eerie green light, pulsing in time with the radio's static. Before they could react, the ground beneath them cracked open, pulling them toward the glowing abyss below. They screamed, falling into darkness. In the end, only the wind remained to tell the tale, whispering through the empty streets of Dyer's Hollow. Would you risk following your GPS into a place that shouldn't exist? Tell us in the comments what you'd do. And don't forget to like, subscribe to Fear in 60 Seconds, and suggest your own scary ideas for our next video.